Hey guys, welcome to KvibeZ. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook something Indian. This is actually called, in English, it's called peas and potato curry. In Hindi, it's called aloo Mattar sabji. Alright, so basically what I have right now, I have the oil on heat, on quite high heat. So we're gonna basically start off with some cumin seeds. Right, just a bit of cumin seeds. As you can see, the oil is quite hot already. So this is going to basically change color in a second because obviously the oil is on hot. You don't really need that much, and as you can see, it will actually change quite quickly. Brown quite quickly. And then next we'll obviously put in the onions. I'm using red onions, garlic, and ginger. I prefer using red onions. Why? Because I guess the flavor is a lot better than normal white onions. So we just spin this around. And probably add a bit more oil. Now this is a very common dish in India. It's a vegetarian dish, of course. There's no meat. It's just basically peas and potatoes in spices. So now basically we are cooking up the ginger, the garlic, and the red onions and the cumin seeds together. It really smells great. And we just do that too, just for a bit. So to speeden up things, basically, potato obviously takes a lot of time to cook. So I've basically half fried the potatoes already. So it's basically 70% cooked, so it's not going to take that long to make this dish. Within 10 to 15 minutes it will be done. So of course, if you have to start off with the potatoes in the beginning without boiling them or cooking them or pre-cooking them, it's going to take forever. Alright, so now basically we have this in here, which is heating up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in a bit of basically, it's this is actually going to make the gravy. It's basically tomatoes, chopped tomatoes. Right, so this is basically going to go in, and I'll put it gradually, bit by bit. Yes. Oh yes, love that sound. I would say, yeah, like a cupful glassful like this would be fine. So, you know, maybe it's like about 2.5 cups. So we'll just spin that around. So don't burn everything. Now, I've obviously used red onions, so you can actually see them there, you know. So it's a bit more colorful than normal. So this chopped tomatoes will basically be the base of the curry, right? So they will give it a sort of a thickness. Potatoes as well, obviously, it's got a lot of starch. So once the potatoes go in, it will also thicken up the gravy. I'll just bring the heat a bit down. So I'll bring it down now to 7 out of 10. So yeah, so basically this is the base. I haven't added any masalas or anything just yet. So this is just as you know what went in. Okay, so now basically we will add in a bit of pepper. Just a bit of pepper, and then of course the most important thing, salt. Without salt, nothing's gonna taste good, right? So you always need a bit of salt. Bit of salt, 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 bit of salt. That should be enough for now. Of course, later on towards the end, I have to obviously test everything to make sure that everything is good, as it should be. So we're going to let that chill for a bit. And this is done, so we don't need this. This is done, so we don't need this too. So yes, so it's looking quite nice. course, we will add a bit of water as well. Because you're putting the potatoes, putting the peas. So add a bit of water. So right now, we're going to basically start with the spices. So number one, garam masala. I don't really put too much of it. Plus, as you see, I'm almost done with garam masala. So I'm just going to basically put what I have left. It's enough. It's a mixture of spices, garam masala. It's like a 5 spice in a way. But that's generally really enough, yes? And then we put in a bit of a coriander powder. Garam masala has coriander powder already, but not that much, and this actually gives it a great flavor. So I'm going to put in a bit of a coriander powder. I am not going to use any chili powder at all today, because then it just intensifies the dish way too much, right? And it gets really spicy. So I'll just give that a spin for now. Okay, let me bring the heat down a bit because we don't want stuff to be burning over here. So bring it down to gas mark 6 or 5. And then of course, the good old turmeric powder. Very good for health too. Just a tad. Yeah, just a tad will be fine. Something like maybe a tablespoon or so. Not table, sorry, a teaspoon or so. And that should really be enough. Okay. And then we just shake it up, spin it. So you can see obviously it's become quite thick now. But of course it won't be that thick because I'm going to be adding water, putting the potatoes in. And it will then all come together because obviously potatoes got quite a bit of starch. So it will thicken up again after I put the water. But as you can see itself right now, it looks quite nice. You see it's already formed up to be perfect. Okay, so now what we will do, we need to put some water. So yes, water. Here we go. Maybe just 2 to 3 cups of water should be fine. Just a bit more. And we basically got to see the situation here. So we just spin this around. It's looking really nice. I'll bring up the gas a bit, not the gas, but the hob a bit more now. Because now we need this to really heat up. And like I said, the potatoes are really 70 to 80% cooked. So we don't really need to think about them too much. It's not going to take up too much time. So now we put in the potatoes. There we go. That's great. And spin that around. Oh my God, it's looking awesome, awesome. Now, of course, you can add at the end, when we're done, you can add a bit of coriander leaves if you like. It gives it a bit of color and a bit of flavor as well. But like, we already have coriander powder in there, so we don't really need it, and I'm not going to put it in today. Though I do have it, but nah, I don't really think it's important, right? So the potatoes are in. We're just going to add a bit more water. Like I said, it's about 70 to 80% cooked, so it's not going to take a long time for the potatoes to actually fully cook. Right? It won't take time at all. But it's looking really, really nice. At the moment, guys, I'm really happy with that so far. Cheers for that. So now, cover back on this. Nice. We don't need this anymore. So you can see again, because the potatoes in there, even after putting a lot of water, it's thickening up again because of the starch from the potatoes, which will actually create this, like potato starch basically. Right? So what I will do right now, I will just take a quick test to see. Somehow I only have a fork here. Okay, I'll just grab one of the potatoes. It's quite soft. Oh, there we go. Wow, very nice. Brilliant, lovely. I mean, you can even look at it. It looks great. Okay, the potatoes are pretty much 90% there now. We'll reduce the heat because I don't need the sauce to be dried up. So let me just decrease the heat, the gas, to number 4 out of 10. We have the whole. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put in the peas. The peas. Now the peas have got a bit of water as well inside. I purposely left the water there because we probably need a bit of water at the end anyway, so the peas goes in. A lot of peas, more fun. This is healthy stuff. So now we spin that around. Oh my God, it looks really awesome, awesome. Look at that, guys, come on. Doesn't that look great? And the peas basically is frozen peas, of course. It's been sitting in water for maybe about 15-20 minutes now, so it's fine. It's basically defrosted. It just needs to blend in with the rest of the stuff in here, and that will pretty much be done. So now we let it simmer for about, I would say, 3-4 minutes, like that, because everything is basically cooked. The potatoes are cooked, everything is cooked. The peas is basically has been defrosted, so it just needs to have a bath with everything else. And then we will take the taste and see how it tastes. Spin it a bit. So now what we actually have to do after this is very simple. We just have to test for salt, make sure there's enough salt, otherwise it'll be bland and that won't be fine. Other than that, there's nothing more to do with this dish. Like I said, you can add a bit of coriander leaves if you want, but that's not important. So what we will do right now is we will take another nibble. It tastes very good, but we're going to put a bit more salt. Because as you add water, obviously it kills it, so you have to add a bit more salt. It may look like it's coming out fast, but it's not. It's not really that much salt going in there. So it's not like I'm putting a lot of salt. I'm not really putting a lot of salt. I'll put a bit more pepper. It's coming out really slowly. No, it's getting a bit confused. Anyway, I'll spin that around again. And that's looking awesome. So now again, I'll just taste it to make sure the salt. Everything else is fine, the masalas, everything is fine. It's just the salt basically. Now we're not making this dish spicy. You could make it really spicy by adding green chilies. You could add chili powder and all that stuff. But like I said, the masalas already have a certain amount of spice in them. So, you know, if you have kids and stuff, you don't need any of that here because obviously they're not going to be able to eat it, right? So this way it's basic, it's simple, it's not spicy, but it tastes great. Yeah, absolutely perfect. So, I think the only thing that I may lack now is a bit more garam masala. To give it a little more flavor. I have a bit left here anyway. I might as well finish this off. There's something left in the packet anyway. And I put a bit more coriander powder just to give it a bit more. Okay. Just maybe a half a teaspoon, so that should be fine. We'll spin it again. Really looks good. Making me hungry. Making me hungry. Alright then, so now again, taste test. Yes. Oh my God. Wow. Really good. Really good. So let it just sit here whilst the potatoes get 100% cooked on low heat for another 2 minutes, and then that's pretty much it. Cheers, guys. It's getting there. It's basically done. Okay, so we're just going to take it off the hob. Place it here. Nice and slowly. There we go. It's almost nice to use a wok as well because you've got a lot more space, you know, to move around. So basically this is the final dish, and I'll just take a quick test for you. I mean, if you were here, that'd be great. You know, I'm sure you would love this as well. Absolutely awesome. Beautiful flavor, beautiful taste, and it looks beautiful too. Anyway guys, if you like the video, share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, KvibeZ. Until the next.